Hi folks, that cat here. Got a couple things I want to report on tonight. I just watched the latest Baeclast, and I want to offer up a TLDR as a first thing. There's five of them that were on tonight, and if you've never watched Baeclast, it's some prominent personalities within the game. Tarky Cat, Rise QT, Octavian, Ziggy D, and Nugian are regulars on there. Ziggy's become regular more recently. The other four have been regulars for a long time. Not the point. They were on there talking about this league now a couple weeks in, and the consensus was they really like the state of the game, but they're not keen on the arch nemesis mods rolling in core in the way that they did. Because they're so specifically rippy, they worked well as opt-ins last league, although nobody was super keen on that either in the group, but they liked the way that worked better than just having them appear randomly. Very specifically, Tarky indicated that one of the big problems was the total immunities of mobs that could just show up and how prevalent they were, which rolls us into the next item I want to touch on. I'll switch stream here. We have patch notes that have just dropped. They dropped since the Baeclast ran, so quite frankly, I don't know if Tarky's just really tuned into the pulse of the game and what should or will happen, or if that podcast is just so influential that they made a quick fix. I'm guessing there's some combination therein, but patch notes largely have to do with eliminating immunities on mobs and making them reduced effect, and sometimes pretty significant. I mean, a lot of them are 80% reduced effect as opposed to immunity, so that's still substantial, but it's not an immunity. So it is a pretty significant change. I guess you could call this another nerf to arch nemesis mods on all the mobs in the game now. But I think of it as a more of a retooling. I think Tarky's right that the immunities that might totally brick a build that relies on a freeze lock or something like that is inappropriate as a regular item. It's interesting. Like if you're doing an expedition, have make your mobs immune to cold damage, and you have to be aware of that, and you have to path around it if all you do is cold damage. But to just have mobs come up randomly that kind of break your build in a similar way is over-tooled. So this is kind of a correction on that, largely this patch. But the boys are enjoying the game in general. Ziggy's a little salty about it, but don't care for arch nemesis, and they're mixed on whether this is the new normal that we can expect going forward or not. And GGG does seem to be aware that there are some problems, and they're making this correction with the patch notes. That's what we got for tonight. Just a quick overview of the state of the game, and we'll catch up with you again next time. This is That Cat. I'm out.